I'm here with Andrew Jornod. He is the CEO of VertexOne Business Services. How are you today, Andrew?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So is this your first ETS?
Yes, it is. It's my first event with you guys. Looking forward to it. Had a great time this week, and I'm very impressed with what you put on.
Great. So tell me about the atmosphere you're seeing at the event.
So I attend quite a few events over my career. I've been in utilities my entire career, and going to these events, it generally is focused on what is happening today and what is happening in the market around some of the trends that we've seen over the last 18 to 24 months. But what's interesting about this show is it's really focused on taking a strong look at the future, looking at what is going to be happening in the industry, what is shaping our industry, and really what is challenging the customers that I serve. Right, our platform VertexOne is designed to get ahead of the market, get ahead of what's happening in the utility industry. And so what's really interesting about this show is you guys are speaking to the market that we're trying to serve, which is ideal for us because so many times utilities are trapped in how do I serve the business needs of the customers today and over the last 18, 24 months. And that's changing as the industry is changing so rapidly to how do I serve the customers in the future. And what we're seeing with utilities is just trying to adopt so much in such a little amount of time that they have had to change their focus from looking at today to well into the future. And so that's why I'm in support of this conference, because it brings such a forward look to the industry, which is really hasn't been there in the past.
Right, and I think one thing that I certainly enjoy about ETS is we try to bring in everybody in the industry, so regulators, academia, utilities, vendors. And a few topics that I've noticed coming up are, cloud adoption, changing business models, and what is your perspective on that? Because you kind of have a unique perspective coming from the VertexOne side. Yeah,
so VertexOne is all cloud, right? We invest in VertexOne about 5 years ago to really get ahead of the market, to do exactly what y'all are doing from a conference and an industry perspective, is to get ahead of it. And what we're seeing now is that the utility customers and the regulators and the industry analysts and the industry experts are really all focused on cloud and how cloud is changing the industry for each and every utility, which is great because that lines up with our business strategy and really validates the fact that we have made the right investments in the technology platform. Most importantly, I think what we constantly hear from the utilities are, how do I keep ahead? How do I with all the change that's happening, for us specifically around customer engagement, how do I specifically address the needs of the future of that utility customer? And so what we've been able to do is jump ahead and leapfrog that, well ahead of any other competition in the marketplace. So for us, we stand out as a shining light because we have already built and delivered for many, many customers our cloud-based VertexOne platform that delivers a future level of customer engagement for those utility customers, which again, as being in this industry, being ahead of the curve, it's great to come to a conference like this and realize you have a solution that fits the needs of what the customers want.
Yeah, of course. And one other thing that is unique about ETS is the art, how we try to really incorporate art in the event. So from your perspective, how important is design in this innovation phase that we're going through?
Right. So one of the things I found most interesting is the diversity of the individuals that are here. Right. Again, being in the space, you tend to see the same people at the conferences that are really focused on day in, day out, whether it's customer service or ERP or asset management. They're the same individuals, and quite frankly, I think you begin to dilute a little bit of the value of multiple parties working together. What's interesting is you don't see that at this conference. You see a very diverse group, both in expertise and perspective. Those that I've known for many, many decades in the industry, and those that are coming fresh into the industry with that design and kind of strategy. That's what we need in utilities, right? As I mentioned, when I started in utilities, I had all the excitement and drive, and now I've become the guy that continues to push the same messages in the market to ensure that we deliver against them. But having fresh perspective, fresh elements around designing how we come up with new ways of addressing it is critical for this industry. It's an industry segment that's been underserved by so many, and now has a chance really to see a fresh new perspective as more and more millennials come into the industry. We see more and more changes that are happening rapidly. You know, as millennials become the primary customer base of the utility, things are happening very, very fast. And for me, it's extremely exciting.
Great. So I know that you're ending up your time here. What are some of the key takeaways you got from the event?
One is Perry's Steakhouse serves way too big of a pork chop, but it was delicious. But the key takeaway is really just, you know, seeing the customers coming together, seeing the change that's happening so rapidly, and you know, for me to go back home and continue to push my organization to deliver ahead of the curve, to deliver solutions in a cloud-based environment that really drive, you know, the needs that I see from a customer perspective here at the conference, and then taking it back home and really servicing the customer base that I do today.
Great. Well, thank you for sitting down with
You're
me.
welcome.
I know you have a flight to catch, but I look forward to seeing you next year.
Excellent. Thank you.
Great.